So thanks
Okay.
everyone for joining. My name's Krista. I'm a partner manager here at ShipBob. I'm excited to introduce our next speaker, Greg here. Greg is a veteran marketer and is a senior e-commerce expert at Omnisend. So with over 15 years of experience in email, mobile, and social media marketing, he's helped over 100 direct-to-consumer companies around the world maximize sales through their email marketing and SMS programs. So I'll let you take it away, Greg. Don't forget to drop your questions in the chat, guys, so we can hopefully get to a few at the end of Greg's presentation.
Thank you very much. I was having screen share issues before, so I just wanted to make sure I was not
No
wasting too much
worries.
time here. So thank you everyone for your time. Thanks for the next 20 minutes of your time. I'm happy to take any questions both after the presentation and after the event as well. If you have some leftover ones, which is the holidays, so you may. This is one of my favorite topics, and it's Black Friday, Cyber Monday season, not just a weekend. So my goal today, we don't have a lot of time, so I really want to focus on uh, getting you in a place where you can maximize the most amount of sales for the rest of the season here. So, what I'm going to break this down to is kind of looking at historical trends from the Omnisend platform. I put out these stat reports. They are ungated on our website, but we put these reports out for Black Friday, Cyber Monday year throughout the course of the year as well. So, we'll take a look at some of the trends we're seeing from weeks, weekends, and send and conversion tips. And then want to focus on some tips and trends within just the sending and messaging itself to help you optimize your lifecycle messages, help you optimize your batch and blast messages or segmented messages, but in an easy to do and not burdening fashion for you as well. So let's jump in and talk about send days here. So, what we've typically seen, and we saw it, I just got done pulling all the November data and sorting it. My eyes are half dead from looking at this for the last few days as well. But weekdays tend to have bigger sends than the weekends. Fridays tend to have the most amount of sends on here. It really what that means for you is yes, you want to send on those days, but the weekends present an opportunity. So we're still seeing a lot of sends on the weekends, but significantly fewer than we are during the Monday through Friday. So if you're looking for places to kind of stand out, maybe be seen a little more than you might get, not get quite as buried during the week, the opportunities, the weekends do present an opportunity for you. Last season, so December 10th was the most sends and the most orders of the month there for you. So when you think about that, what that relates to this year, I think it's December 9th. So it's the Friday going into that second weekend of December. So that's going to be a week from now. So keep an eye on that. You might see that shopping, that last minute shopping really pick up at that point. And the weekends, I mentioned there are fewer sends, but they also have higher click to conversion rates. So people are still shopping here. I think people are just naturally trying to give weekends a break. I wouldn't. I would keep going 5, 6, 7 days a week. Find your breaks on there. But in all reality, it is holiday shopping season. We want to capture those sales as much as possible. I would send every single day of the week. And then just because Christmas rolls around December 25th, does not mean your season is over. I think everyone listening knows that by now. But last year, December 26th had the second most orders from email of the entire month of December. So, of course, that's your typical return day. You're going to buy the stuff that you don't get. Maybe you got some gift cards there, but use that December 26th as a key opportunity for you. And then you're kind of your key periods you're looking at December 10th through 17th last year. That's going to be the 9th through 16th this year. But really, there's about a 10, 11, 12-day span in there, starting with December 9th, where I think you're going to see your orders pick up quite drastically as well. So use the weekends to your advantage if you can. Continue sending on the weekdays. And once you get to Christmas Day, keep going the day after because we know it's going to be big for us as well. So hopefully that helps you out a little bit. Quick word. I think everyone who is listening today is well versed in iOS 15 already. It came out a year ago, so you're probably seeing some natural inflation with your open rates. But what I would do here, just a word of caution, if you have any sort of automation that is open based, or you're using remails, automated remails, sending out to non-openers, just make sure you have those iOS users in either a different segment or switch over to a click-based methodology as well. So the last thing you want to do is send an automated remail or not send an automated remail to someone because the report shows that they open, where iOS is just reporting that as a false open here. So click-based can also help, or just send it to everyone again. Just segment out your purchasers, send it to everyone and let them shop at their convenient. So any questions on this, feel free to hit me afterward, but I think everyone's pretty used to it. It's always nice to reinforce and say though. Okay, so let's get to automations here, because this is something that if you ever listen to me speak or read anything I write, I'm always talking about automations. They are the lifeblood of an email program. They help drive sales while you're sleeping. The holidays are no exception here. So it's a couple of different things. I don't need you to memorize anything on this chart. Really, that chart, the graph on the left-hand side there, what you're looking at is that very top line, that orange line, are your campaign sends. This is from the first half of this year. Conversion rates. Everything below that are automated messages. Really, the point here is that your automated messages convert so much better than your promotional messages. So we want to utilize them. We want to maximize the sales we're getting out of those. So again, I was pulling stats as of this morning and updating slide deck. So what we saw from November of this year, so as of end of day yesterday, conversion rates for automated messages sent out in November were about 2,300% better than promotional messages. So we want to utilize those, and I'll talk more about specific ones where I think you should focus and really double down on here. And then percentage of automation. This is why I always say we always see about 30% of email sales come from automated messages. Usually it's around the 2% mark of sends. November of this year, just the same thing, 29.4 and 1.7%. So we know people are shopping. We know they're abandoning carts because they're either looking for a better price or they're using it as wish lists and coming back to it later. We know people are browsing and bouncing around the different sites of browse abandonment. Things like this can really help augment and facilitate those sales even more. So you want to double down on these automated messages, but we know it's already late in the season. You probably have most of these, if not all of them, sending ready. So we'll talk about optimization here, but these are the ones I would hit on the most. So majority of sales will come from these three messages here: welcome series, cart abandonment, and browse abandonment, because they are high intent. December of last year, we saw 84% of all automated orders come from these three messages here. So this is last December. It's usually around this figure, maybe a little bit lower non-holiday season. But if you think about that, if we can pick up those 84% of automated sends on three messages, we're in good shape. Now, I'll give you a couple stats here about what we saw with these automated messages in just this past November. So first 14 days of November, we saw cart abandonment. We know people are shopping earlier this year, especially intent shopping. So cart abandonment, 52% increase in sends, 66% increase in orders. Product abandonment, 54 sends, 68% increase in orders. Browse, 241% of send increase and an 86% lift in orders. And welcome messages, the sends are about even, which does not surprise me, but even with an even number of sends, we're still 28% more orders in the first 14 days of this past November. So question is, we know they're going to be effective for us. How do we optimize these? And I'm going to go through some optimization strategies and tactics here, but these are going to apply more for all your messages, not just your automated messages, but they certainly apply to automation as well. So again, we're going to focus on these automations here: welcome series, cart abandonment, browse abandonment messages. These are the ones where you're going to get the best bang for the buck here. But let's talk about optimizing the messages, which I was leading into before. So again, these tips, they're small, they're subtle, but I always say the small, stupid things matter. And here's a case where the small, stupid things matter. And these can apply for not only your automations, but your general campaign sends that you're scheduling out every day of the week anyways. And really what we want to focus on here is intent of the shoppers. We know during the season, people are going to be a little shorter with their shopping windows. They see something, especially with a deal, they're going to jump on it. For the most part, they're going to do it. So we want to apply that intent here. A loyalty line, they did a survey going into the holiday season. Two things that customers want the most out of emails this holiday season: deals and promotions, no surprise, free shipping, probably no surprise as well. So what we want to do is we want to take those factors, we want to apply it to shopping intent, and we want to optimize our messages from there. And these are really small things you can do here, but I think they're ones that are going to build consumer confidence the very most here. So let's talk about value adds. just reinforce your value adds across your messaging. I know most of you probably do this anyways. You might not do it to the extreme, but I would say it's the holiday season. We should probably do it to the extreme. So think about anything that you can promote, whether it's free shipping, expedited shipping, free shipping on a threshold, any sort of customer service value adds you might have, friendly return policies, or holiday specific extended return policies. People love those things. I personally look at return policies when I do shopping as well. If you are a multi-channel retailer and offer buy online, pick up in store, BOPIS, I would highlight those things and try to build these into your headers, secondary content, tertiary content, put them wherever you can, throw them on your website, but these are things that are going to matter a lot for consumers as well. And then kind of building upon that, think about any sort of other value adds that might be seasonal for you. So whether it's gift boxing or gift wrapping, any sort of personalization tactics you can do. Again, shout out to customer service here. And then probably more applicable to certain types of automation is utilizing that user-generated content, and more specifically in here, testimonials, product reviews, top-rated products here. So think about for a welcome message. We know people are signing up for welcome messages now because they're going to look to see what discounts, or they know you're going to be discounting via the emails. So what we can do here is we can put top-rated products, seasonal or just generally top-rated products in that welcome message to give people a place they can start clicking and going to. Same thing going for testimonials, whether it's customer service related, for new purchasers, welcome series, cart abandonment, things like that. So we want to utilize that the best we can for us. And then to the right here, we see a message which really looks like a really good holiday welcome message, but it's just an email promoting their value adds here. And the very bottom one is an SMS call out, and that's another good thing where we can promote that SMS program, get people to sign up from there, and then hopefully have that secondary line of communication through an opt-in channel to help drive those sales, whether it's as a standalone channel or complementary to email. And then SMS, it's a somewhat awkward transition, but this is the other area where if you're not doing it, it's not too late. You should probably jump on it. If you are doing it, look to really optimize the sales from an SMS standpoint. So it's been growing for the last couple of years. It continues to grow pretty dramatically here. This past year, so last month, 61.6% lift in SMS sends compared to the year before. And that was already after a year where we were seeing 100% lift from the year before that, which is 400% the year before that. So you can obviously see it is growing quite drastically here. But brands are really utilizing these, and people are purchasing from SMS, especially during the holiday season. The benefit here is it cuts through the noise a little bit. So, last month, we saw a 26% lift in SMS related orders compared to the year before. So not only we're sending more, but obviously we're still interacting with them to have those lifts here. And then think about this as well. So most orders for SMS, again, they're happening pre-Christmas Day. The most orders of all last season was this upcoming Friday last year. So if you're doing SMS, think about, again, we're going to get a lot of shopping this weekend, but SMS had the most amount of orders last year. And then just like email, December 26th, second most orders for SMS during the holiday season was on December 26th last year. So utilizing to your advantage, you can see the sends coming through about that 12, 13-day span there in December. So we want to maximize SMS wherever we can. These are perfect for last chance reminders, offer sale reminders, flash sales if you're doing some blowouts on maybe category product specific things. You can use it to drive people to your email if you want to, but definitely use it in automation as well. There's nothing greater than being able to capitalize upon someone getting a SMS abandoned cart message when they might be rich on the price shop, try to recapture them right there. So there's so many places you can do this. And then finally, what they do is they help augment some of those unsubscribes you might have as well throughout the course of the season. So people are emails not jammed, you have too many of them, and they still opt into SMS, and it's another way to continue that conversation. So I apologize for the technical difficulties. I'll give the slides over to the event organizers here. They can ship that out to everyone, so you can see some of those charts here. But overall, take advantage of those send days, especially the weekends where the sends are going to be lower. Focus on customer intent and value adds across all of your messaging, and utilize the automation, specifically welcome cart and browse abandonment as your three primary ones to help drive those sales when you can, and then find ways to augment and complement with SMS marketing as well. So I know I had to rush a little bit because of that, but take any questions you have either now if we have time, or just find me afterward as well. So I appreciate everyone's time. There's my contact information if anyone needs to get a hold of me as well.
Thank you, Greg. Thanks for dealing with our technical difficulties as well. As Greg mentioned, feel free to join his booth if you guys have any questions that we don't have time to answer, unfortunately. And then there's his contact info as well, and the recording will be going out sometime next week. So thanks so much, Greg.
Thank you. Appreciate it.